Alright, this is a piece that I'm working on today. I wrote it just a few days ago, and originally I wrote it for Music Box, and I wanted to make a piano version of it because when I was sketching it out, I was sketching it out at the piano. So this is what I have so far. I have all these earlier drafts as well. If you go here, you can see, I wrote at least 5 drafts of this, plus several other files where I was just sketching this out. So this draft number 5 is the one that I'm going to be working on today, and I'm just going to start by listening to it, and you can listen along with me, and then I'm going to say what I'm thinking about it. I might comment along the way, and and then I'll tell you what I think needs to be changed. So, let's go for it. Okay, so that's the whole piece. That's Nana's Waltz. Most of this piece I feel great about. I particularly I think if I had to choose a favorite passage, it'd be this bit over here, section A. But I love how it stays simple for pretty much the entire thing, and that actually is my point of concern that's actually my point of concern for this piece. Is I'm a little bit worried that over at rehearsal C that I'm a little bit worried that in rehearsal C I'm a little bit worried in that rehearsal C, the music isn't as, the music is, it stays a little bit stuck. We get into this register here in the piano. So okay, so this is what happens in the piece, is we start off in the middle register of the piano, and that works out great for the first phrase. Then at rehearsal A, we expand the right hand of the piano up an octave, so that we're now, the melody originally starts in this alto register, and now it's up in this higher soprano register. Comes to a cadence here right before B. Melody returns to the alto register, and then here it returns to both, and we get the four voice thing that I really liked. And so that leads to my concern at rehearsal C. My concern at rehearsal C is that registerally this stays too stagnant, and that these inner voices just start taking over. In order to hear that, I'm just going to play again from rehearsal B, so that you can maybe hear some of that. So yeah, now we're in that upper register. That's good so far. So, I'm not entirely sure what I want to do to thin this out, but I'm just going to experiment with stuff, and you'll get to see what I do. So, I'm good with this first phrase here at C, I'm good with. Like, that doesn't take any touching. Some of the counterpoint here at 57 I might want to mess around with, so I'm just going to play it back again for myself and see what I think about it. So we have, okay, so I just want to look specifically at the inner voices. I mean, these parallel six are great. This is a direct octave, but since it's in the middle voices, it doesn't really matter. This A is an appoggiatura. I'm not sure what I feel about that F sharp. I mean, I recognize, yeah, I'm just straight not sure what I feel about that F sharp. I mean, together it sounds like, jumping the gun a little. What if I were to go to the D sharp first? Let's see what that sounds like. That improves the counterpoint, but I feel like this alto line is still not awesome, still suboptimal. You know what I kind of want to do is I kind of want to try just getting rid of that D sharp. Let's try that. You know, I have all of this stuff saved back over here, so if I want to reinstate any of it. It's really easy to bring back. Yeah, that's working better for me. We can go to this. We can leap down to this G too. Yeah, this is working for me. I'm digging this. I think this is making the kind of improvement that I want. So let's try it again. So then what happens is in the bass and tenor we end up having these parallel tenths, which I mean, everyone loves parallel. To me, parallel tenths are great. No complaints about parallel tenths. Although this is reminding me of so that's that Rodgers and Hammerstein tune, You Are the Promise Gives of Springtime. I kind of want to do that. The issue with that is, like, I hear this, but it's gonna totally steal the thunder of this passage over there. Da 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 da. What if I went up to a G or to a D? Let's try that. Yeah, I like that. Let me put that in context for you. Yeah. This needs to go to A. The issue with that is that this is, this is one of those direct octaves that we don't like. And, this isn't a Bach chorale, so that's not necessarily a problem, but I'm going to be keeping an ear out for that if arriving on these octave A's is going to be an issue. Let's start at C again, because why not? I feel great about the phrase starting at 57 now. I feel great about that. I still am not in love with this tenor line starting at, I guess it'd be 61. Alright. What if I just sit there? Or just park on that G? Let's find out. Yada. Yeah. Yada. It doesn't solve the issue that I'm hearing. The issue that I'm hearing is this arrival on 64 and this G, but, whole purpose of composing stuff is to play along. and playing along, playing out, and seeing what happens when you're playing with things. That's what makes composing fun. I kind of like that. I kind of like that F sharp. Yeah, I'm still not the hugest fan of the G. What if I were to... I like the B flat. I like the B flat a lot, but... because that's helping to clarify the harmony there. What if I were to... What if I were to... What if I were to step up to the G? Let's try that. And then that would give me this lovely opportunity to fix this other thing that was bothering me. Yeah, let's see what that works. We'll give you a little bit more context for that. Yeah, okay. Okay. A lot of composing is just sitting around and thinking about what it is that you're doing. And I'm the kind of person that is totally happy talking to myself or talking to you, my audience. I don't know who you are, my one faithful viewer. But a lot of one thing that works out well for me of just talking through this is that like I am totally the kind of person that talks to myself. So I guess so I'm still stuck on this phrase, the phrase starting at 61, and I just realized, jumping around a little bit, I just realized why I hated changing this to why I hated changing that to a D, because this creates parallel octaves, and something about that jumped out to me, and that's what it is, parallel octaves. So I guess I don't really want to tie myself into that corner. But I think that that's going to sound terrible, but we're going to try it and find out anyway. Here, I need to get my sound better for me. Yeah, no, that's fine. Oh, here's an idea. Here's an idea. I dig this idea. Okay, let me tell you what my idea is. My idea is taking the A, which is a great note, putting it into the tenor, deleting these two notes here, and just repeating the C. That's my wonderful idea. And you know what might actually work too is potentially I could just walk up there because the counterpoint's fine. Everyone, parallel fourths are great, no complaints about that. Everything's moving by step here, and we get this lovely contrary motion. So that could probably work. Let's see exactly what that sounds like right now. Oh, beautiful. Perfect. That's what we want. That's what we want. Yeah, that's what that phrase always and forever should have been. So we're gonna put that back onto the same stem and say we feel great about that. So pretty much, the only thing that I really still have an issue with in this piece is these 4 bars. and specifically the tenor voice of these 4 bars, and specifically the tenor voice in bars 63 and 64. So that's where we're sitting in terms of what it is that I want to fix. So this could work, maybe, because we're going to get some parallel 6 here. Well, no, I mean, we're going to get a 6th here. Yeah, this is probably not going to work. But let's just try it and find out, because why not? Yeah, I mean, it actually works decently well. You know, if I just stayed there, because where this harmony is heading to this 6/5 chord. If I can play it all, and I guess this is. So here's a problem with and this is a massive problem in what I wrote, is how do you play these things in. I mean, I have decently large-sized hands. I don't think I can play this in my hands. Yeah. Let's make this easier for the pianist. And we'll just tie that over. And let's see what that sounds like. Yeah, that kind of works. I don't like the repetition of this A and G followed by this A and G. Kind of want to play the whole thing in context. So here we are back at the start of C, and that's what we got. You know, I'm almost convinced. I am almost convinced. I'm almost convinced. I'll play it for myself again. Yeah, almost convinced. What I kind of want to hear is, like an echo of the, so in the alto over here, kind of want to hear the tenor echo that, this appoggiatura, so something like, and then that would lead us to the A. Yeah. And then, you know, this, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. I think that might work. Let's try it, 57. Sure, let's try from 57. Good choice. Yeah, I think that works. Let me give you a little bit more context, and myself as well. You know, this definitely falls into the good enough category. This is definitely good enough. I like the voice leading is working for me now, particularly that tenor line. The tenor line has direction. Let me just, and the overall shape. There's nothing offensive about this. Whereas when we started this, I don't know, about 20 minutes ago, there were still things that were offensive to me in here. Now there's nothing offensive, but I guess I'm still not fully convinced, and I can't put my finger on why. And so whether or not this is a good habit or a bad habit, this is my habit, which is namely that when I don't know what to do, I just listen to it over again. So I'm going to listen to it over again. I hope you like it. I hope that listening to this over again is something that you actually want. So, whether or not you like it, you're going to get it. So I do hope you appreciate it. I think the issue that I have as this counterpoint, again, this little bit works. All the rest of this works great. Good, fine, happy, lovely. I think the issue that I have is that on this B flat, I want to move more, which is interesting because when I started revising this, I thought, okay, let's thin out some of these inner lines. But I guess I'm just not hearing enough movement now. But I'm not sure. Here's the thing: is I'm not sure how to do that, because looking at it, playing through scenarios, right? Could I get to this F sharp early? According to this A, I could, but according to this G, according to this G, no, that's not happening. I don't think getting that F sharp early would be a smart idea. Here's an idea that I could try, and it would be non-stylistic for the piece, but I might try it. I could put a little neighbor note. I could put a little neighbor note right there, such that we have this we have a 4/3 suspension here, and then this would be a I guess resolving this dissonance to an octave, and then back. Technically, when you're resolving dissonances, you don't resolve back to it, but again, we'll see what it sounds like, because that's the game. wonky. Give me a moment. Alright, that should fix it. Actually, that's bad. I think this is working. I think this was why we experiment. Try all the things. I think that could work. Yeah, let's try that. The thing I don't like about that is I don't like all of a sudden this, like, all of the voices moving at that same place at 65. Is what I don't like about that. The thing I do like about that, I mean, it's almost like I should just do it here and just stay there. Because then you don't really have more than a couple voices doing it. So earlier I was talking about, like, this is a very wide thing. That's doable. I mean, you'd have to roll it. But that's not bad. When this was an A, it's just like, yeah, that's not happening. I mean, it'd be kind of you'd get here. This is why I compose and I don't perform, because I can barely play this. Shameful, but you know, here we are. So it'd be. So there's us at the end of the measure. Something like that. I'll just play it. Yeah, it's too early. You know, okay. You know what I thought I had of why is it that my instinct telling me to put that there? Because of this little buddy. Yeah. Let's try making that a 16th note. What would that do? Yeah, I think that's a little bit too pedantic in terms of the repetition, but keeping it as an 8th note, I think it is harkening back to this in a variation kind of way. So I'm going to keep that. Now that I understand what I'm doing with it. What if I just park there? Actually, I want to hear it more. I want to hear more context on that. I'm going to start back at this phrase, and I'm just going to listen. that's the most elegant thing I can do. I just for humoring myself, I want to try this. Syncopation. I don't like that syncopation. I mean, this is a little pedantic, I feel like. The other one also just feels empty, when it's like, this is just a G sharp through the entire bar, it just feels empty to me. For pedantic, I don't know. Start here again. See what it sounds like. I think it's working for me. I kind of want to hear it from the start. Because the issue that I was trying to work on in letter C was just making sure it just didn't get... I wasn't bored there. But, gee, let's start it from the start and see what it sounds like. I'll actually talk over it this time. A typical thing that happens in classical compositions like this one is you modulate to the dominant, and that's what's happening here. Is we start off in the key of G and then we cadence very clearly in the key of D. And then, but that's nice because it sets it up to set the dominant back to the tonic. It makes a nice kind of like those snakes eating their tails. But having set that up, now I take you a different direction. Now this sets up cadences to the supertonic. This is the part that kind of reminds me of Satie because we have this chord on scale degree 5 that is not a leading tone chord, or a leading tone chord, it's not a dominant chord, it's just a minor 5 chord. The difference is that the bass is actually down in this low bass register rather than in the tenor register like when it starts. So, yeah. And then we have the full thing, all 4 voices. This borrows that figure from the B section. You know, I think that does it for me. I think I'm satisfied enough with this. I think I'm satisfied enough with this. I'm still, I still feel like this section is spelling it out too much, but in every composition there comes a point where you need to kind of just like cut your losses and be like, you know, this is working, this is functional. You don't need to be a genius in every bar, and the part of this piece that I really love is this part. And there, you know, honestly, like the larger idea of this coda-ish section, I think, is working really well for me. So the fact that these 4 bars are merely functional, I might give it a listen one more time and see if I can't, see if there isn't anything that leaps out to me of just being like, okay, what can I do to this? I'm a little bit, you know, I'm a little bit. Part of me thinks that it might be the fact that all of those voices, all those 3 voices move at the same time there, but I'm not sure. Let's start just a little bit the phrase before rehearsal C, and we'll go from there. What if we didn't go back to that? Yeah, that would suck. Going here and then back there, that would suck. And we don't want to go back to the C because the void, I mean, we've already come back to that C a couple of times. We're going to leave this aside for a moment. I want to try something else that I noticed while I was looking at it over here. One of the things that has leapt out to me a couple of times is this repetition of the B here in the tenor line, and I noticed that there is a possibility here for a voice exchange that's happening between this voice and the tenor, so going G, A, B, and then here in the alto going B, A, G sharp. So, voice exchange. I want to hear what that sounds like. We'll start a phrase, because why not? So I've initially had this idea where I was just like, well, what if I leap down to the E flat? And then I was like, no, I would make these for this awful direct octave, so that's not going to happen. This, I think, sounds nice in theory, this voice exchange, but in practice... it emphasizes those octaves, which I don't want. Don't want those octaves. But you know what might work? That might work. I think that could work contrapuntally. Here we go. And then that brings back the idea that we had earlier. Where is that? Yeah, so there's that bass. And look, now that bass is doing that. Let's try that. that's a big fat maybe, because what would happen here, so the sonority that we initially land on is, this whole bar is kind of a C minor chord in first inversion, and then we're sort of, messing around our voice leading of that, so we land here, and then we add the seventh. Let's see this. Maybe. Probably not. Oh, actually, I dig that. Yeah, no, this whole the appoggiatura to the E flat, I think that actually works. I didn't think it was gonna work, but I think it works. I'll give you welcome to everyone that's joining the stream. I'm going to start here at the start of this phrase, and we'll see what it sounds like. I like that chord. Yeah, that's yummy. That's good. I dig that. And this, of course, is the computer really sucking at playing back something that should be super rubato. Okay, I think it's good. Let's listen to the whole thing and find out. Yeah, so I came up with this. I was just sat down at the piano improvising, and I was just tinkering along this little thing and just messing around, and I realized, oh, this could be a really interesting little melody. Love the augmented sixth chord there. Love that alto line. It makes me so happy every time I hear it. Start again with the bass line lowered an octave, help give it some contrast. With music that's simple like this, you don't want to put in too much. You want to try and make your differences just small enough that you can notice them, but not so much that they stand out to you. feel great about that. I feel great about that. That's a wrap. Welcome to who's joining just now. So just to summarize, this was a piece that I was doing this video game music challenge, and they wanted to write a piece for a music box, and so I wrote this piece for a music box, and I ended up naming it. I ended up naming it after my sister Leanna, whose nickname is Nana, and just ambiguity about what that title is. And I wrote it. As much as I love getting texts from my mom, I don't think that everyone needs to see that. I'll hold off on seeing that for later. So this is the piece that I wrote, and when I sketched it out, it was supposed to be for Music Box, and I had a Music Box version, then I wanted to turn it into a piano version, and so I've just spent the last few days making sure that this would sound good in a piano, and just really fine-tuning a lot of the voice leading. You can go on one of my SoundCloud accounts and you'll hear all of the messier voice leading, particularly here from letter C to the end. It was kind of as if I just vomited onto the page, which is literally kind of what I did. I mean, it wasn't a page. I had just played it in. This little cadenza figure here wasn't nearly as fleshed out. It was like half of this long, and it was just too short. So I just spent the last few days wrapping it up, and I feel good about this. I told my sister I was going to send her the sheet music, and it's ready to go. That's one of the great things about Dorico, is once you put it in, I'm sure that there are things that I could tweak about this. I could tweak about this notation if I were super fussy, but to my eyes, it looks pretty good. It looks like anyone could sit down and read this. I think a thing that might be nice is balancing these bars. So we have 4 bars here. This is of course a long one. 3 bars here, and then I think it's 7 up there. And then this doesn't necessarily prepare you for the leap. Let's try. So now we're moving on into notation stuff. Kind of want to try just seeing what happens if I did that. And yeah, that makes it a lot more readable. Just one simple putting a system break here. Yeah, okay, cool. That's my engraving. I just fixed the engraving in one click. But anyway, that's that piece. Thank you for joining. Thanks for listening, and stay tuned. This is the first of many live streams. That's why this is day 0, is this is just me experimenting with stuff. And I'm excited to let you in more on the world of my compositional process, and just seeing what it's like to, at least for me personally, to be a composer. So anyway, I hope that you enjoy the rest of your Thursday, and we will all see you soon.